All right, let's watch this protocol search.
That was a while ago. That was no, you're right. It's been a couple of weeks. But in round one we go. He's gonna have a quick trade. That was a while ago. That was no, you're right. It's been a couple of weeks. But in round one we go. TJ. He's gonna have a quick trade onto on a sip, and then a round one we go.
All right, so something you don't see too much from the offensive. No one going bottom mid. So you have TJ going top mid. You have number 8 Reese Vivid playing P2, watching anyone that might be going towards boat. But with this, it requires people to realize that the gap is open bottom mid. So number 2 and number 3 both hit out Reese Vivid. Good thing TJ is here because he obviously was trying to take a route from top mid, jump down, pinch the zip, but in the middle of that play, these two guys hit out Reese Vivid, so he's going to try and get at least a trade on one of them. Abizi gets 2 for it, though, so they get the initial man advantage situation. Number 7, that's Gwyn. He was actually on his way from the elbow towards B side. So, again, you don't really see too much B shit, but this is kind of like an option for Carolina now that their stuff A is completely been shut down. Draza playing an insane heady. Gwyn's kind of just trying to finesse his life. There's not really much he can do. FaZe is kind of just playing super tight towards the A side. If they try and go A, they'll stop him. If they try and go B, they'll just play retake together. So let's see how Carolina plays this, because they haven't planted yet, and they're kind of still just playing inside trips, waiting for FaZe to make a mistake. Waiting for FaZe to rotate and think that they're already like starting to plant. All 3 of them actually go spiral. They're just going to work this shit together. But they're not on a bomb yet. Gwyn sees 2 of them at least. He's going to back up. Does he go all the way back to A, or does he juke? He jukes towards the sidewalk. Slasher was still lonesome over here. So FaZe triples through spiral, and they take control of the trips. But as soon as they take control of trips, they kind of just split apart anyways and not able to get this trade. This is an unfortunate, non-tradable position because Slasher is able to get this kill and instantly go to spiral. He's hiding behind the locker. As soon as that happens, Gwyn activates on the other side. Now it's an instant 2v1. So for what was something where all 3 of them were just wolf packing together, Gwyn getting this information that basically all of them are here kind of screws everything up for them, because they're obviously expecting them to probably be planning towards B side, and he just works off of Austin. Last guy gets traded. Huge 2v3 by Gwyn and Austin.
You think they were frustrated already? You 2v3 in round 1. Those frustrations grow. And you get Gwyn like
How do you come with new different stats to run? Is it just trial and error in scrims or watching film? Kind of both, or just screening creative?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough room to fight in. You have the man advantage. You can let them play B and retake that way. They opt to just go hunting, and the timings don't work out. I thought Slasher was going to chow another fight at first after that and get traded, but he did a good job getting away. Good job just playing their lives. Great round from Gwyn, considering, he took 200 damage. He took 200 damage. I'm just playing their lives. Great round from Gwyn, considering, he took 200 damage.
All right. Once again, offense doesn't go A. Doesn't go quick A through the drop, but what do you know? Look at what number 7's doing here. He's shooting the door for the wallbang. You've seen this a few times in some of the other matches. You shoot the wallbang, you get the information. He doesn't shoot anyone. He realizes no one's gone fast zip. 6 and 8 have doubled through spiral. They realize that they have control of the A site now. Now they can look towards this boat side in case FaZe might be pushing it over here. Vivid's on top of this. Fortunately gets super picked, but That's a huge pick by FaZe, actually.
He might be the only one, but nice trade there from TJ.
TJ gets one. He's just gonna get traded out though. They just jump on him instantly, and FaZe has site control.
Numbers. Bomb getting planted at A as well. It's the exact same scenario. And well, are they gonna do it? Same scenario.
Gwen actually gets a nade kill. One naded.
They gonna do it again.
I'm assuming Simp has flak jacket.
He's down to 20.
And Draws is down to 25.
Same duo trying to do it.
They're just in a double setup over here.
Stun in. Hits both.
Gwen and Slasher once again in a 2v3.
Gwen tagged. 3 bullets in it.
Do they do it again? They do it again. Sick. That's just a huge frag, first blood. I'm assuming, again, I assume this is the flak jacket cheese. I assume Simp has flak jacket here. But because Draws is so weak too, he has to back the fuck up. So they just give up the site control and just have to hold this, you know, with 2 people. I love the play that, what was it, Gwen does here? Slides fully over. Fully over. You know, obviously make a little distraction. They probably know that Austin's here too. Austin flashes, or sorry, stuns for Gwen to Chow with the bomb heady. They play this perfectly as a 2v3. I think it all stems with obviously with the nade. It kind of whack with the flak jacket shit, but current patch they fixed that, right? Yeah. Current patch you're good. But we obviously were playing on the previous patch during this match. David has to win that trade if he takes that position. Yeah. Obviously, better opportunity would have just been to, you know, go on top of these computers, but he wants to play like super safe on this side and you eventually play the back of the site in case one of them hit late towards the zip and can just see him. I can't remember if this match was before or after the patch. If it was before the match, then Nate can only do max 7 damage. It was before the patch because we didn't play Hacienda. This was like the old patch.
Every advantage in those fights. Well, yeah, it brings it to a 2v2, and Braz is out of the fight for a while because he's so weak. Never gets the reload in.
You saw the one nade on the Draza and the hard point too. So this was 100% that patch.
Carolina though, back-to-back 2v3s, up 2-0 in the surge. You gotta love what you're seeing out of Carolina Royal Ravens. This is fun. Yeah, poor Vivid. He's just like, I think he's been blooded 2 times by Beezy.
So 2 2v3s back to back for Carolina.
Going down, yeah, that's a good point. You got Vivid on one side, Beezy on the other, who's getting the first blood's like, I'm going down, yeah, that's a good point. You got Vivid on one side, Beezy on the other, who's getting the first blood's like, I'm doing my job, but
once again, no one bottom A for Carolina. They're just trying to take this mid control. Basically the same setup. Reese Vivid P2, bomb with Gwyn towards the elbow. T just running mid gun, and he has Austin watching over him.
We're losing. Well, not this time. First blood to Tej. Insta trade.
Just a full bang out mid battle over here. And Carolina wins all the trade battles. They know this last guy is here too. They're just gonna take it to A. They had stunned him before.
See if Draza can pull off the 1v2 now. He just has no utility. Yeah, Gwyn's 5-0, putting the bomb down as well. See how close he is to the Hellstorm. I think Vivid just able to spot him. They're going to reposition now. So many angles to check. If you are
maybe a chemistry after being together so long, something isn't clicking for them clearly. Something obviously is different.
I was getting flashbacks to our last series. Doing the round. 3-0 now for Carolina Royal Ravens.
Another mid control strat. Everyone mid control. Austin gets a free pick top trips. You know, BZ's trying to hit the ledge and hit that same zip route that Teej was trying to do like round 1.
First blood to Slasher. Car out on the map.
RC car being used. Whose RC was that? Gwyn's, I guess? Yeah, it's got to be Gwyn, right?
Well, that'll be gone for now. Got numbers though if you're Carolina. We'll see what Slasher gets. Yeah. What is the timing like?
Oh, huge win by Austin. So massive. Obviously, they see nothing P2 with the car. They're low A themselves, so they should know it's probably something sidewalk or B. Austin takes the deep route. They get this weird, awkward gunfight where both of them see each other and are just like hiding behind the trees. Good job by Austin. Now he gets over to a teammate with Gwyn. Bro, he even reads the fact that Simp could be pushing through this. He reads the fuck out of Simp here. Yeah, even though he dies, it's instant trade by Gwyn. He got the pick, got to his team. Cell gets a trade, but now they know he's last guy alive. Top dubs. Free retake. Each situational, these guys are playing so much better. Like, obviously, this one was they already had a pick, I believe, right? Yeah, it was 43. But the other ones, I mean, the two 2v3s, they were just playing it much better, I think.
There was just both the trees or players in trying to take one nade hits onto Slasher, but still alive and well. One nade hits onto Slasher, but
good pick by Draws. He sees Vivid off of this like outer cliff edge towards P2. Gets a free first blood for his team. It's kind of it's the same spread. Yeah, it's Austin Slasher spread offense, dude. Spread offense, same thing. Gwyn outer, Vivid outer, Austin watching mid. Instead of Teej hitting down mid gun, he's at the zip here, top zip. So unfortunately, you get blooded this round. And now you kind of just have to ball out and make a play here. There's nothing really you can do. You don't have map pressure. You're 3v4. You kind of just have to, yeah, you just have to somehow make a play somewhere.
Just looking for info. Clearing out back B. Taking a look at the defense over here today. That trophy would have been nice a couple rounds ago. They are taking their time. You know, you're down a man. You lost Vivid. Slows down the push for sure, but it's time to get going. I mean, you're just a couple rounds ago. Get a look at the defense over here today. Clearing out back B. Taking a look at the defense over here today. That trophy would have been nice a couple rounds ago.
Number 6 hits the one blind spot that they're not looking at. That's crazy. Look at number 6. Look at Teej. I love this play by Teej. He hits the one route that these guys aren't looking at and realize that number 1, Draza is playing super deep back here at depths. So first off, they're covering zip. They're covering their outer P2 push. They're covering their mid in case he goes through trips. And they're covering their deep. Look at what Teej does. He goes through top mid, jumps out. Draws is still paranoid from because he has to watch like 2 different things. He starts shooting it at Teej. But what this does is that like number 5 here is going to try and look for number 6. You see what I'm saying? So number 3 activates off of Draw's comm, but Slasher's already here to help out. So like Simp actually sees Slasher, but there's 2 people, so he's going to get traded out regardless. Draza can't really help out from over here. He's just in depths. 2v3 now. He realizes that... I'm pretty sure Draws shot, right? Yeah, Draws shoots. So Teej realizes this guy's in depths. Our best play is just 2v2 onto the site. Try and pinch from zip. Or from the stairs. They actually, I mean, FaZe reads this, but I'm surprised that I'm surprised they didn't look at it quicker. Personally, I mean, Abizi picks it up, but I guess yeah, I guess the comm comes in and then Cell just wants to play on top of the computers and just have Abizi watch the shit. Yeah, that was the only play they had. I like the play by TJ. It was kind of the only thing that he could try and do. If he wins a gunfight, if he wins the gunfight on Abe here, I mean he still got traded out by Cell, but it's definitely easier for Gwyn. Like he just has a 1v1 on site.
He knows there's a second one nearby, trying to find that player. That was Cell hits the slide and FaZe finally on the board. I get one.
I do fuck with the play by TJ though.
I know, like 0.
I mean that's just a first blood diff. Like they were 3v4 the whole round, and they just had to make a play, and they just try to make a play. Look at this, a boat push, double boat push by Carolina. One guy goes spiral, double boat push. They're originally gonna go big door, but they see this guy shooting on top of the P2. One guy's gonna go up the stairs, and one guy's gonna go up the ladder. But Drazo just picks him off. Unfortunately, though, number 2 doesn't realize this guy's also going to go stairs. They're not expecting 2 guys, and obviously a 3rd guy here, to be pushing this outer area. So bomb goes down. I think number 6 has a freebie on Draza here. Yeah, he does. They know number 3 has pushed their spawn. So now you have number 8 who's lower. You have number 6 who's upper. I'm not sure if they know that bomb is down P2. Number 4 and number number 4 and number 3 are just gonna teamwork TJ. Actually, he's kind of stuck here, but Vivid can kind of act off of it if he can play quick enough. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's just quick reaction by Cell to help out Simp. This is good aping him. 2v1. They pick up bomb. Reese is lower now. He's gonna go up the zip. Oh, can he get behind him? He's gonna see them. I think he might have seen him. He's just like pretty late to it, but he does see them, I think. Oh, if he won that instantly, he actually can win this. Oh, he still gets the kill? Cell probably thinks he's Simp's aping, but Simp's still on the heady. That's really bad. Oh, Simp still clutches it though. But this could have been really bad. Sim clutches that up, but that could have been really bad. Hey GP, I was wondering if you can explain the different roles and the job of each role and the general idea of what makes a fletch use a certain gun based on map and hill. Sorry if you have gone over this a ton. Blah blah blah. Okay. First off, roles in terms of something like Anchor, OBJ, basically non-existent now. They're all, like Straight and More said, all situational. There might be play styles. You might be someone who, goes for routes or goes for spawns or goes for hill time a little bit more than your teammates. But at the end of the day, the most efficient way to play as a team is to have everyone doing the job that they need to do off spawn. So I think this probably started, like, obviously if you played Black Ops 2, like what the role of an Anchor was or what the OBJ player was. But I think, I don't know, someone can correct me on this, but I probably at the start of AW, when it was a 4-bow meta, when it was a 4-bow, no, Jesus Christ, I can't even speak. When it was a 4-bow meta and everyone had the same gun, everyone kind of just had the same job anyways, and you're just getting back in the fight or blocking a spawn or trading or whatever the fuck you need to do off spawn, So once roles kind of just dissipated and everyone was kind of just doing what needed to be done, that's kind of what led to teams just playing more efficient. You're just doing what is needed of you at that very moment. Now you could say there's specific games, something like Black Ops 4, where now it's role based in terms of the guns and in terms of specialists. So that's probably the most role based we've had since then, or since like CDL. Because nowadays it's just whatever kind of weapon you use. And you ask, like, well, what makes a flex to use a certain gun based on map or hill? Just based off of the gunfights that you take. If they're more AR favored gunfights, if it's a hill that is close quarters, if it's hill that's close quarters, you might run 3 subs. If it's a hill that's long distance gunfights, you might run 3 or 4 ARs in some cases. So it's basically just how the map plays out, what is more beneficial based on the fights you need to be taking to do what you want to do on the map, you know? Yeah, definitely starting AW. Before that, there were roles. Yeah, I would say at least in hardpoint, like AW, I think it probably started. This is my theory. That it started with the 4-bound meta because everyone was just using the same weapon anyways. So you kind of just had to do whatever was needed of you. Gotcha. I got the old school analogy last time. I really understood pro stuff was H3 MLG. Oh yeah, I mean that was a long time ago. Things are just more fluid now. Just teams have realized the more efficient thing is to get the timing on what needed to be done, regardless of what gun you might be using. Timing is just a huge thing in respawn, and timings are literally everything. Like if you're relying on one person to take X route or one person to try and go towards the hill, you're missing up on so many timings that could be benefiting your team. I think BO3 kind of traditional roles more than AW. Yeah, I would say so. Again, I had to do with a weapon thing. It had to do with specialist stuff. I think the specialists kind of naturally create roles for players, but at the end of the day, it was still evolving compared to something like BO2, where it was just like, oh, this is the anchor player, or oh, this is the OBJ player, whatever. What do you think it takes to get from Crim to Erie? Crim won solo queue, by the way. I mean, just completely like it's the same thing that brings you from Diamond to Crimson. It's the game knowledge improvement, the gun skill improvement. Yeah, game knowledge and gun skill. Honestly, that's what it comes down to, really. Solo queue is obviously the worst shit, but if you're trying to do solo, it's doable, but probably going to be relying a lot more on your gun skill because some people do some faded fucking shit in ranked. And yeah, try and avoid hackers as much as possible, basically.
There's one on plant, you get a 1v1.
All right, let's keep going with this.
And just you do enough damage, you're ready for the second chow. He hops off it, but like, jeez. Yeah, just not on the same page, right? No, Cell slides out. Sim's just probably thinking, I have a Jackal. This is not an easy fight for me. Luckily, he gets the slide behind.
You got shadow banned? What the fuck?
It just rips his face off. Oh God. Nearly.
Wait, why'd you get shadow banned?
2-2v3s, a 1v2. God, Sim bails him out.
All right, what are we doing here? Is it the same stuff? Oh, I think they have RC. I assume. What is Austin doing? Oh yeah, Austin is RC. I was like, what the fuck is Austin doing? But they didn't like say anything about his RC. All right, so he is RCing again. Carolina spread offense. Reese was P2. Obviously, with the RC, it's a little bit different for what Austin's going to be doing. Teej goes lower. Oh, he just gets wall banged, unfortunately. Or at least like a wall bang too. I don't know if it's like a server thing. Maybe on cell screen, he's still on the screen or something. Oh yeah, I guess he just peeked out and went back. I assumed he was back in the elevator, but I think he was still peeking out. What's good, CR7? Nice little stretch here. You know, Draza gets a couple first blood. Now Cell, you're getting these massive round. Once again, Reese gets picked by Draza. Basically the same angle that he did in the previous round too. Draza just knows he's going to be here and basically just ripping each time. Dude, this is the only other thing with the RC. If your team gets picked and you're using the RC, it is fucking chalked. That's what I was saying before too. Like RC, you give up so much map control. I swear it's sometimes just faded, but I don't know. It's especially bad if your team gets picked as well.
It's 4-2. You're getting your ARs active early in these rounds. Yeah, I feel like that's what Draza was so good at last year. You're starting to see it from him in Cell.
Do you think they're ever going to go to jetpacks again? Possibly, yeah. I wouldn't see why not. I mean, the chances of it not going to jetpacks is a lot lower, I feel, with a Call of Duty literally being made every year, you know?
everyone's swinging on you. All right.
What are we doing?
That is a tough one.
This round is just over. That's just getting blooded with RC. You're just shocked.
Is this FaZe
What about RC still being usable after death? Is that still not cheese? I mean, yeah, I think it's still cheese. But regardless, if your teammate dies and you're in the RC, your team is just kind of fucked.
I think the clutch factor has been great.
You have 1 of the 7, right? Or 2? 1? Not many.
Great.
You have 1
FaZe,
of the 7, right?
boat nades. Let's see what they try and do. They're gonna hit out through mid from dubs.
Not many. Might be like 5 to 2, but
Number 6, he was the one who went A. That's Tej. He's gonna try and pinch up Zip most likely. Everyone else, they realize they're hitting sidewalk and curve to B. They're gonna wrap around. Let's see how they try and retake this.
we'd like to find a little more success in the early going of these rounds.
Tej actually doesn't go up the Zip.
Abizi,
He chooses not to yet.
a couple of first bloods really has been
Now they hear all the attacks and stuff. They realize that they're actually getting map positioning towards the B side.
struggling since.
Once again, Austin, Draza. Basically that same type of gunfight that you saw before, where it was on Austin's screen and they were over here.
Working with draws in the back.
TJ and Cell in like a standoff at the Zip, which is funny.
You have bomb plan down, slasher.
Once again, Austin rips Draza.
Position.
Huge blood. That lets number 8 activate off of that because number 2 is going to try and look for the trade.
And that's it, right? You want
First 2 bloods. Now Tej has basically a free flank. There's no way Cell doesn't leave this to help his team. So I'm assuming Tej is going to eventually zip this up.
blood again. They don't clear it to get
He gives it up. Tej hits the timing.
clutch it 2 versus 4. Slash
They get the final kill on Simp here, and the Cell should just be stuck here. Yeah.
again, 3 in the round. Now 1 round away from
That again, another huge first pick,
just sends it to the back.
Yeah.
and it was the same gunfight as before, and that previous round where they were trying to wrap towards like the deep B,
Ends up being 3 for Slash.
and Slasher picks him.
Getting it done.
I feel like normally in that position, what you want is kind of your sub to clear that first, right? Or at least have a BZ in a spot where when you hit the long.
Some that have been like just untradeable due to their positions.
Well, I think a BZ, what his 3 kills.
Pre-nades,
Into the game.
same strat. Outer. Tej goes up mid. Slasher's gonna watch over him. Simp actually has a RC car, so he's gonna use it this round for P1.
Yeah. Honestly, it reminds me a bit of like what was it, Hydra the other day? Like,
Slasher sees it, kills it,
first bloods in a row, then just like 5 straight.
because Reese has actually
It reminds me of
rotated back towards the tower.
like,
This is giving number 2 some space to push up.
His 3 kills were in the first 2 rounds of the game.
Yeah.
I wonder why Reese doesn't, keep watching this or backs up, or at least goes to P2. I'm pretty sure it's just because he got picked twice by Draza. So this is how kind of a good example of how FaZe is going to react based off of what they think, Carolina might be doing. And obviously Draza is still playing this top trips. He was playing that angle. He's killed Reese Vivid twice here as a first blood. Reese, he holds it for a second, but he's going to now play something different. He's not going to try and get first blooded once more. So FaZe is actually going to take this timing through P2. They realize that he keeps playing here, and they're going to try and act off of it. This is just like mid-game adaptation by FaZe.
was it Hydra the other day? Like,
So they don't see Reese Vivid. They see that as a possible opening. Number 2 is going to take this timing.
5 straight.
Reese is now obviously has to watch this because it is still the opening that he needs to be covering. He needs to be coming this right side of the map.
First deaths or whatever it was, something like that. Like those type of
Let's see if he's ready for it.
It happens sometimes, but
Abizi sees him. He dips out with his life. But Austin can actually react off of this. Oh, he actually chooses to go in the tower instead of going through P2 because he knows that if he peeks around this way, he's just dead. So he has to basically go through the tower. Abizi is able to get out with his life, but they've gotten so much information in this round. They know that Austin was here top mid. They know Reese is back over towards the tower. They're just going to keep A control and have number 3 basically lurk towards the B side.
take a very convincing 2-0 edge. Bomb kind of away from the rest of the team, but working up towards B. What in the hell is
Holy
that?
timing. I mean, yeah, you're not going to expect this if you're Simp. And when they had the bomb, I thought thought he
Very convincing 2-0 edge. Bomb kind of away.
But what's the one opening, chat? The one opening, they're still not watching the sidewalk. Gwyn has been playing there every round. He just pushes up the sidewalk for free. Or the curve, whatever you want to call it.
From the rest of the team, but
So they have the A side control. They know where 2 of their players are. But they don't have any of B. And honestly, you don't see too much of this type of risk taking by a lot of teams. Solo just pushing up through B here like this. Especially with Bomb. But Gwyn gets all the way around. Kills Simp. Now FaZe are just tweaking. Because they're like, oh shit, we have full A side control. And now we have to give it up. They don't know where literally anyone else is other than, you know, the Austin and Reese just playing super deep back here as like playing for picks. Gwyn even stays alive here. Now they can finesse whatever the fuck they want to do. They can go back A if they want. Austin actually just goes to the heli. He's going to play safe over here, but they're actually teamworking this guy at the P2.
He just pushes up, finds a Yatami, gets a first blood. Now trying to get Slasher into position.
Hey, your good old-fashioned bomb.
They can't obviously just ape this right away. Obviously, Tej needs to wait for some team. He can't just go down the zip because they could still be at A site. But now that Cell is trying to take positioning on this side of the map, like super deep P2 side. I don't know, did they see him or something? Oh, I think Gwyn does see him. Oh no, he's lower. How does he see him? Oh, he sees him right here, I assume, right? As soon as Gwyn's on the ledge, he probably sees Cell going up these stairs. So he can just chase him. Austin gets a free pick on the B. Rotator. They have A control after killing Cell. It's free. That's just Gwyn taking a risk and abusing an opening by FaZe. Especially after they use the car like through middle and Austin shoots it over here. They probably aren't really worried about their P1, but you know, Gwyn has just been playing it every round. He just takes the timing to go up here. And Simp is obviously the lone B lurker with everyone else A. And he just doesn't have the timing to watch it.